bees. We can finally be bees. Seriously, did we watch this one? Hold on, let me check.
Check it out.
Like and subscribe now, or you're gonna have bad luck this week.
That's not bad luck. That's just a prank. Also, we once again have like and subscribe or else. So yeah, I would remember that shit. Here we go.
Many of us get to know dinosaurs from a very early age as
The two completely different narrators. Okay.
children, and are often interested in these gigantic, vicious beasts. The T-Rex, Velociraptor, and Spinosaurus are
Okay, so we have Jurassic Park footage again.
the best known of the list, but there are others that will surprise you for their lethality.
What the fuck was that Brachiosaurus doing? Just... Yeah, we're gonna watch this one and then the other top 5 best video.
Let's have a look at the 10 most dangerous dinosaurs in the world. Number 10, Giganotosaurus. First,
Okay,
we have
that is a butchered pronunciation, and also that's a T-Rex. It's got 2 fingers, and also you can tell it's a T-Rex by the way it is. So fuck it, I'm counting that.
Gigantosaurus, one of the largest meat-eating dinosaurs to ever live.
The biggest ever.
It roamed modern-day Argentina during the late Cretaceous period, about 99.6 to 97 million years ago. For a long time, Tyrannosaurus rex, also known as the king of the dinosaurs, was thought to be the largest carnivorous dinosaur. Today,
Yep, the T-Rex comparison. We're blazing through these. We're not even a minute in.
Gigantosaurus is believed to have been slightly larger than T-Rex, though even Gigantosaurus ranks behind Spinosaurus in size among the meat-eating dinosaurs. First described in a 1995 study in the journal Nature,
Damn, this guy doesn't take a breath. He's just a motor mouth. Go, 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 go.
Gigantosaurus was at the time thought to be the largest carnivorous dinosaur. Researchers estimated that this specimen analyzed was up to 41 feet long, from head to tail, and weighed between 6.6 and 8.8 tons. Not only large, but quite fast as well. Models suggest that Gigantosaurus could run up to 31.3 miles per hour.
That is a ridiculous speed, and also this footage is completely unrelated. That's a Carnotaurus and a Spinoceratops. Holy shit, this guy's a motor mouth. And yeah, he repeated himself on T-Rex being the biggest. Again, we're blazing through these. It's always the ones that you least expect. Like, oh, this like 11-minute long little goober video. Fucking 2,000 views. It's just like, no, boom, 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 boom. So yeah, like, what was he saying? 30 fucking miles an hour for Giganotosaurus? No, that's insane. Again, these wouldn't have needed to be fast animals in the first place. You need to think that, like, there needs to be selective pressures that encourage these animals to get faster to begin with. Let's just go to the African savanna. What do you got out there? You got really fast gazelles and shit. So what are animals gonna do? Well, they're either gonna evolve to ambush those animals before they can be detected by those super fast gazelles, or they're going to evolve to be really fucking fast enough in order to outspeed them and catch up to them to kill them and eat them. Those are the selective pressures. What are the selective pressures for Giganotosaurus? Well, there's all these fucking sauropods around here, and they're really big and really delicious. But the Giganotosaurus isn't thinking like, ah, damn it, I simply can't catch up to them with these stubby little legs of mine. It's not thinking that. It's thinking like, well, I need to be bigger, and I need to rip their flesh off, because I love eating flesh.
According to a 2001 article in the journal Acta Paleontologica Palencia, any faster and the animal would lose its stability and fall over.
No, it was... I mean, like, yeah, any faster than way faster than it already could run. Sure, it would lose its stability. Again, Giganotosaurus probably would have been about as fast as T-Rex. So probably like 10, 15 miles an hour at the fastest. And yeah, we got another drunk narrator here.
Rather like me when I decide to run. Number 9, Titanoceratops.
I've never heard of Titanoceratops before. Ah, controversial genus. That would explain it. Previously referred to Pentaceratops. I thought so, just based on the way it looked. It does seem like a big boy, but then again, so is Pentaceratops. So, understandable. This may be synonymous. Yeah, I would just say like Pentaceratops then, because, you know, we know for certain that that one exists, and it's probably very similar.
This is another massive dinosaur that existed during the late Cretaceous period.
Well, even then we can't say for sure if it existed. Come on, man. It's a dubious genus.
and is one of the biggest horned dinosaurs that ever lived. The titanic horn-faced beast weighed approximately 15,000 pounds and measured roughly 22.3 feet from head to tail. There are insinuations that its massive 8-foot head probably makes it the land animal with the longest and most extended skull that ever lived.
That would be Torosaurus still, if I'm not mistaken.
Titanoceratops lived in the American Southwest about 74 million years ago and were distinguishable by their thin frill, pointed nose, and big horns. Despite being non-aggressive,
That is a trait of basically all chasmosaurs. And hell, a lot of centrosaurs too. So, you're not helping your case.
for carnivorous creatures, fully developed Titanoceratops didn't have to worry so much about the attacks because of their threatening skull size. Large predators from that time preyed on young Titanoceratops.
There's a Lokiceratops.
Studies have shown that these giant creatures inhabited North American regions and reproduced
You're saying that this thing is from North America a lot, buddy.
by laying eggs. It wouldn't be
Okay, all dinosaurs reproduce by laying eggs. All modern dinosaurs reproduce by laying eggs.
too far-fetched to say that prehistoric Homo sapiens would surely have stolen a few of those massive
Hold the fuck up.
American regions and reproduced by laying eggs. It wouldn't be too far-fetched to say that prehistoric Homo sapiens would surely have stolen a few of those massive eggs to make omelets. Number 8. The
Wow. That's... I don't even think I have to explain why that's stupid. I'm going to anyway. Humans and dinosaurs did not coexist, unless you count birds. At no point in history have humans and non-avian dinosaurs coexisted. The Flintstones was not a documentary, nor was the most fondly remembered Disney Pixar movie, The Good Dinosaur, nor was Primitive War for that matter. Nor was Primitive War good. I feel like I have to keep saying that. Just in case people think like, oh, you know, that movie might be a bit interesting. It's not. It's not interesting at all. I'm sorry.
Spinosaurus. Up next on this list, we have an extraordinary dinosaur. The Spinosaurus was the biggest of all the carnivorous dinosaurs known to man.
We've already got the biggest ever.
Larger than the Tyrannosaurus and Gigantosaurus. It
And T-Rex
lived during
comparison.
part of the Cretaceous period, about 112 million to 97 million years ago.
Hey, I lived during part of the Cretaceous period. One of those parts of it. Whatever.
Roaming the swamps of North Africa, Spinosaurus means spined lizard. And
Hey, at the very least, that was an actual picture of North Africa and not an AI-generated map of one. And it was the correct continent.
appropriate descriptor, as the dinosaur had very long spines growing on its back to form what is referred to as its sail.
Its
The distinctive
snail.
spines, which grew out of the animal's back vertebrae, were up to 2.1 meters long. Spinosaurus already had a very distinctive look, even among dinosaurs, but its most surprising feature was that it was the very first dinosaur that was able to swim and likely spent most of its life in the water.
I don't know if it's exactly accurate to say that Spinosaurus was the first dinosaur that was able to swim. I want to say it's the first dinosaur that we know for certain had a semi-aquatic lifestyle. There were also like Velociraptorines, which very likely would have been similar, and also Utahraptor. Not to mention, other dinosaurs would have been able to just like swim at all. Oh yeah, not to mention there were Spinosaurs that predated Spinosaurus, like Baryonyx, so, and Sugamimus for that matter. So yeah, you can't really say it's the first one that like evolved to live in this kind of lifestyle. That's just wrong on a lot of levels. That's not, again, it's not even outdated. It's just wrong.
Many scientists believe that snails are relatives of the Spinosaurus.
Now that's incorrect taxonomy if I've ever heard it. How did we get snails again? How snail? How snail again? Oh my god. Do we need to put snails on the bingo board now? Oh my god. That is insanity.
Imagine going from one of the biggest animals to one of the smallest in the world. Such a downfall, right? What do you guys think?
That wasn't even... He didn't even misspeak. He meant that. He said that from the fucking chest. Spinosaurus evolved into snails. By all means, keep going.
Number 7. Troodon. Deadliness doesn't always come down to bulk and bite force.
He's gonna say it's a pack hunter.
Our next entry in the list was only a mere 1.3 meters or 4.3 feet tall and only weighed 40 kilograms or 88 pounds. And
snail.
yet, while only being rather small, it made up with what it lacked in brute power with a whole lot of brain. It has the highest brain to body weight
If only you could make up for your lack of brain with brain.
ratio of any known dinosaurs, meaning it has the biggest brain of any dinosaur we have discovered.
That's not what that means. You just said brain to body ratio. That doesn't mean its brain is bigger than all the other dinosaurs. That's not what that means. Stupid ass.
Not only was it very intelligent, but it also had orb-shaped eyes that gave it superior vision and were able to see in low light conditions, which made it able to hunt.
Okay, are there any animals that don't have, like... But besides, I want to say some kinds of insects that have compound eyes like dragonflies. I know their eyes are a bit irregularly shaped. But in terms of, like, you know, tetrapods, right? Are there animals that don't have orb-shaped eyes? Because I feel like most animals have round eyes.
During the night. It used to hunt in packs, and with its rather small
Owls, apparently. Oh, yeah, they got the weird tube eyes. Yeah, owls are weird, huh?
stature, it was quite fast. It might not have been as big as some of the beasts on our list, but hunting together with its family.
Yep, pack hunting.
This agile dinosaur could have easily hunted much larger prey and would have been able to triumph even with all the odds stacked against it. Number 6. Majungasaurus. Majungasaurus ruled the lands in present-day Madagascar from 70 to 60 million years ago. Here, it reigned terror not just to other animals but also to its own kind as well. Several fossils of Majungasaurus have been found with bites that align with this dinosaur's teeth patterns, which means these beasts occasionally turned on their own kind for food.
Yep.
In conclusion, Majungasaurus is among the few cannibalistic dinosaurs to ever exist. But
No, because again, basically all carnivorous animals participate in cannibalism to one degree or another. This is just one of the only ones where we have direct fossil evidence of it. Fuck.
whether they actively hunted each other isn't yet clear. For all we know, they could have just fed on each other's carcasses. But for regular meals, these dinosaurs fed on sauropods that occupied the same ecological system.
I mean, probably. There was other stuff to hunt there, but it's very possible that they would have hunted, like, the sauropods that lived among them. I forget what the Madagascar sauropod is called. Is that Rapetosaurus? I think it is, right?
Also, the Majungasaurus occupied the top position in the food chain, as it had no predators, although it wasn't among
Well, it had itself as predators. So yeah, Rapetosaurus. It had itself as predators. It was eating you.
the largest inhabitants of Madagascar during that period. On average, it had a head-to-tail length of between 6 to 7 meters and could weigh as much as a ton. A unique feature among these predators was its stout snout that could have played an important
You like hesitated there. I think you like thought he misread there. Like, what was that? It's snout. Oh, it's stout snout. Stout. Pound down.
important role in their hunting escapades. It enabled them to bite and hold down prey, a tactic similar to today's big cats. Number 5. Velociraptor. This is one dinosaur you're definitely familiar with if you've watched Jurassic Park, but unfortunately
But did you know that Super Mario Bros. 2 was actually...
facts about this prehistoric carnivore aren't accurate. For instance, it wasn't as fast as it was portrayed. Yes, their name translates to Swift Caesar, but let's just say they were a bit slower in Mongolia and China, where they lived about 75 to 71 million years ago. It was also much smaller in real life than it was in the movie. On average, a Velociraptor weighed a mere 15 kilograms and was about 2 meters long. So, why is it dangerous? For one, it was pretty fast. Not as
You just said it wasn't all that fast. We were gonna say it's a pack hunter too. And 7,000 velociraptors eat this man.
fast as portrayed in Jurassic Park, but it could still ramp up impressive speeds to catch prey. Also, while it isn't conclusive yet, velociraptors were thought to hunt in packs, which gave them an
Except no, they weren't. It gets so tiring having to explain the same shit over and over again. There is no evidence for velociraptor pack hunting. All dromaeosaur pack hunting evidence is attributable to Deinonychus instead because there's actually direct fossil evidence of them hunting Titanoceratops. This is not the case for Velociraptor. The only case for Velociraptor having any fossil evidence of it hunting anything is it being alone hunting a single Protoceratops. And both animals died during this encounter. Utahraptor as well. Utahraptor is a weird one, because I know there's like the big Utahraptor block. There's the cube of Utahraptor. I don't know what the deal with that is. Beats me.
advantage over the size of prey they could catch, but perhaps the proof of these dinosaurs' ferocity was their signature giant hook-like claw on the hind feet. This was basically their tool of trade when they were out there hunting. They attacked and tightly gripped their prey with the massive talon before devouring it. Number 4. Mapusaurus.
At least he said that they like grip onto the prey with it, which is very likely the case as opposed to like slashing with it. We have a lot of repeats from the last one.
This giant dinosaur wasn't only scary because of its size, it was also a daring hunter that was after some of the equally largest dinosaurs of the time. Like the Argentinosaurus, that averaged lengths of up to 35 meters and could weigh up to a staggering 100 tons. Mapusaurus, on its part, had lengths
Hold the fuck up. What did he just say?
time. Like the Argentinosaurus, that averaged lengths of up to 35 meters and could weigh up to a staggering 100 tons.
I don't think that's correct. I don't think that's correct for Argentinosaurus at all. This is an animal that lives on land. I want to say like a blue whale gets to be 100 tons. Now, blue whales are special because they live in the water, and that means that the water can help support their weight. Right, it was like 80 tons. So that's still like 20 tons over what it's supposed to be. That is absurd. Yeah, they're saying that the fucking Argentinosaurus is like 100 tons, which is still too big for that. If you would say that Mapusaurus was 100 tons, I'd be having bigger problems.
Mapusaurus, on its part, had lengths between 10 to 13 meters and an average mass of 3 tons. So,
I think 3 tons is an underestimate, actually. Well, like 6,000 pounds? No, that's too small. I want to say it would have been like probably weighing less than T-Rex, but like in a similar range. I want to say like, what's T-Rex weigh, like 12,000-ish? It's probably got to weigh like twice as much as that. Yeah, 7+ tons. That sounds about right.
how then did it manage
35 meters is 110 feet. That honestly sounds like about possible for Argentinosaurus. Argentinosaurus is known from relatively fragmentary material, but like when scaled up to like similarly related Titanosaurs, then yeah, it would be around 100-ish feet. So that is possible.
to take large prey several times its size? Fossil remains shed some light on this. After a close analysis of a heap of bones belonging to these hunters, paleontologists discovered that the bones were of 7 different Mapusauruses, and that pointed to a possible social existence among these massive carnivorous dinosaurs. So they most probably hunted in packs, and thus were able to go after large and more formidable prey. But that pack certainly wouldn't have done much with the right tools of the trade. Mapusaurus
It wouldn't have done much with the right tools of the trade? So the pack sucked then. That's what you're saying. I think you mean they wouldn't have done much without the tools of the trade, which is like their big teeth mostly. Fucking stupid ass scripts. that meaningless? We already have meaningless. Did we overhype anyone? I feel like we did. I feel like we must have. Probably like the Velociraptors and the Troodons. And yeah, we have so much pack hunting. I wouldn't exactly call Troodon or Velociraptor harmless. I would say though that I don't think I'd put them or Titanoceratops, which I had never heard of before today. I don't know if I'd put them in the top 10. That is a bingo.
Had narrow blade-like teeth on this front that could slice through flesh with considerable ease. Number 3, Sauroposeidon.
Yeah, okay, that's definitely not one of the most dangerous. We could definitely cross that one off. Hopefully we get, even though it was huge, it was an herbivore.
Next contender is the Sauroposeidon.
Also, it's Sauroposeidon. Like, it's just the name of a god. Like, come on, dude.
Meaning the lizard of Poseidon, or earthquake.
Well, okay, so you can pronounce it then. So you can. You can pronounce it then. You just choose not to. Fucking
Lizard. Now that's a creepy name. Sauroposeidon.
How is that a creepy name? Lizard of Poseidon. I think that makes it sound kind of majestic. It's like it's a godlike lizard. How is that creepy? This is gonna be the worst segment, isn't it?
Don is expressed as a supersized dinosaur. It was described from the neck bone fossils discovered in Oklahoma. Sauroposeidon is estimated to be between 20 meters long and weigh up to 60 tons. It lived 125 million years ago. Sauroposeidon is one of the last gigantic sauropods recognized from the Cretaceous period in North America.
You're stumbling all over your words, my dude.
Sauroposeidon is named
Stop saying it! If you can't pronounce it, then stop fucking saying it!
after the Greek god called Poseidon. I'm sure
What? Whoa, you already said that. You already said that, and you already mispronounced it so many times, and now you're just saying fucking Poseidon like it's normal. I hate you.
we all know that Poseidon is described as a deity of the sea and one that secured
Yeah, we all know that, so why can't you pronounce it?
a domain over earthquakes. Sauroposeidon was so gigantic that it revered the thought of shaking the ground the way an earthquake.
It revered the thought of shaking the ground? My fellow Sauroposeidons, we are gathered here today in reverence of the shaking of the ground in all of its earthquaking glory. Amen.
would. However, it would walk. That's where the connection.
Wait, what the fuck are you even saying?
Sauroposeidon was so gigantic that it revered the thought of shaking the ground the way an earthquake would. However, it would walk. That's where.
My brain. My brain. However, it would walk. Yeah. Bet you didn't think about that one.
Where the connection comes from. Number 2, Dsungaripterus.
Okay, that's definitely a misleading video title because Dsungaripterus is not a dinosaur. Second of all, I don't even know if that is Dsungaripterus. Third of all, that still says Sauroposeidon. So, what the fuck? Also, I would say that Dsungaripterus probably would be harmless. Like, it's a little guy, comparatively speaking.
Let's shift our attention down to Central Asia,
Right, I forgot. It still says Sauroposeidon.
where the beast once resided.
The Beast. Small pterosaur.
Dsungaripterus is a famous name related to
A famous name?
archaeological fossils retrieved belonging to this kind of dinosaur.
What the fuck are you saying? First of all, not archaeological because it's paleontological. Second of all, it's a famous name related to the... It's just the name of the animal. That's what it's called. It's called Dsungaripterus, not... Or whatever the fuck you're pronouncing it as. But it's called Dsungaripterus. Fuck me.
Back in the day before the establishment of present-day China, a huge reptile lingered over the then natural...
It's not that big. Okay. We have to show how big Dsungaripterus is. Yeah, that's not that big, all things considered. Like, walking on the ground, it's like waist height. So yeah, this is like a waist height animal with about a 10-foot wingspan. By pterosaur standards, that's pretty damn small. Especially considering things like Asdarchids or even just Pteranodon. Right? This is not that big. nor is it especially dangerous. Like, I'm pretty sure it could, like, bite you. I don't think this thing could kill you.
Natural setting. Worms and small insects were its main source of food, but
Well, really, its main source of food probably would have been things like crustaceans and clams and stuff like that. That's generally the thought, given the sort of scoop shape of the beak and also the shape of its teeth, if I'm not mistaken. Like, the thought is that it would have been kind of like digging in to like the sediment and the mud and like kind of scooping out little clams and things. Yeah, this guy's actually from the Cretaceous period.
its huge mouth and teeth that could tear apart whatever meal they came across.
Again, mostly crushing shells.
Even though this breed of dinosaur wasn't the predator
Not a dinosaur, it's a pterosaur.
kind, its devastating appearance wasn't.
Also, what did you say?
Even though this breed of dinosaur wasn't the predator kind,
Yes, it was. It was just a predator of like clams and shit. God fucking damn it, this is stupid. God. Holy shit.
its devastating appearance was enough to scare the wits out of you. This creepy winged reptile didn't have a pleasant appearance, and its curved beak made it even more devastating to look at.
Rude. Rude.
Picture a world where flying dinosaur is normal, just like we
Picture a world where a flying dinosaur is normal, he says, as he cuts to footage of birds. Yeah. Picture a world like that. One can only imagine.
see birds roaming the skies. Feel weird, right? Another species with such a wanting appearance is the Thalassodromus, which closely
Thalassodromius. Why even bring that up if you're not going to put it on the list?
resembled a huge cock. It had a
Can we get that again, please?
appearance is the Thalassodromus, which closely resembled a huge cock. It had
And he said it was this big. And I was like, that's disgusting. Oh my god. What the fuck? What the I'm assuming he means a chicken. Even then, why would you say that? Hell, maybe he means a cock of the rock, right? Yeah, the good old cock of the rock. Let's look up cock on Google right now. Maybe, you know. Okay, let's look up Thalassodromius. There's a little something there, right? I'm grasping at straws here, just to hope that this man isn't saying that Thalassodromius, that's actually like, you know, a decently large pterosaur, comparatively speaking, to Dsungaripterus. I'm hoping he isn't saying that this animal resembles a giant penis. He's a weird penis. And nobody wants to have a weird penis.
a massive beak and an enormous cranial
And it had a massive shaft and enormous balls.
crust, whose purpose has remained a mystery to date. Number 1. Utahraptor. Just like its name, it was discovered in Utah, though not the only raptor in Utah. It actually came very close to being named the Dinosaur of Utah. The North
What the fuck are you saying?
Just like its name, it was discovered in Utah, though not the only raptor in Utah. It actually came very close to being named the Dinosaur of Utah.
Does he mean like the state dinosaur? Because I'm pretty sure the state dinosaur of Utah is Allosaurus, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, categorically, there have to be other dromaeosaurs in Utah because Utahraptor had to come from somewhere. I personally don't know what other dromaeosaur species there are in Utah, but like, there had to be some there. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is happening. My brain is just leaking out of my fucking ears right now.
The North American dinosaur lived in the early Cretaceous period. Utahraptor weighed an astronomical 15,000 pounds.
Oh, we've already got wild size overestimate. Oh. Oh. The only thing that weighs more than 15,000 pounds is a huge utter insanity. Utter fucking insanity.
And was over 20 feet long. Utahraptor was a profoundly built, bipedal, and ground-dwelling carnivorous predator. Ultraraptors'
All theropods were bipedal as far as we're aware.
gigantic, curving hind claws were used to slash and gut its prey.
Grip.
And they measured almost a foot long.
Okay, he's saying the claws measured almost a foot long. I thought he was saying that Utahraptor measured almost a foot long. Otherwise, we would have had another situation where it's like the Sacabambaspis relative that's 8 inches long and weighs a ton. Wait, did he say Ultraraptor? Hold the fuck up. I'm sorry.
Long. Utahraptor was a profoundly built, bipedal, and ground-dwelling carnivorous predator.
Ultraraptor. God, I'm so checked the fuck out from this garbage-ass video that, like, I completely missed that. I mean, Ultraraptor would be a cool name. Any paleontologists out there, if you find an Ultraraptor, there you go.
Gigantic, curving hind claws were used to slash and gut its prey. And they measured almost a foot long. That's awesome. For the dino maniacs out there, you have to go check out The Raptor Red in case you haven't. It's an incredible book written by the iconic fossil hunter Robert Baker that gives the truest descriptions of the dynamic Utahraptor and her family surviving in an unrelenting prehistoric wilderness. It's worth a read. Would you want to?
Strange plug, but okay. Also, yeah, Baker. I'm pretty sure it's Bacher. Yeah, it's just a random book plug. I mean, not totally random, because yeah, it is following like a family of Utahraptors, so I'm not mistaken. Also, SpongeBob, you're looking a bit... He looks like a Mr. Meaty character. Remember Mr. Meaty? Yeah, he looks like a Mr. Meaty character. Look at him. Okay, some of these I don't remember. The show was weird. This was a weird show. Anyways, that was horrible. Dear God. Oh wow, look at this. Fascinating. Not nitpicking, but your video is so full of mistakes, it makes my ears hurt just hearing them all. That's not nitpicking, that's being normal. Yeah, wow, that was really bad. That was really, really bad. The giant cock and the snail and dear God, we're gonna have some jokes for future sludges after this one. And the 15,000-pound Ultraraptor. They fit so much into so little. You never know what you're gonna get with the sludge. But okay. We have one more 10-minute video. And then this. Not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to going through it again. Because I've already watched it, and it was bad.
In today's video, we're showing you 8 of the most bizarre-looking prehistoric creatures to have roamed the Earth. These now extinct animals have features that make them...
Jurassic Park footage, that is the Brachiosaurus seen in Fallen Kingdom. The wolf was AI? Hold on, let me check.
In today's video, we're showing you 8 of the most bizarre...
Is that Beowulf? Is this footage from the movie Beowulf? It kind of looks like it. I never saw the movie, but this looks like that style. Oh, it's from 300, okay.
...looking prehistoric creatures to have roamed the Earth. These now extinct animals have features that make them look funny, disturbing, or downright terrifying in some cases.
Okay,
However,
some of these
what's
are just CGI monsters from movies.
interesting is that some of them resemble or are related to species that still exist today.
Not Anomalocaris.
I've also noticed that most of you watch...
I mean, it's an arthropod, but that's about as close as it gets. Oh, when young Leonidas fought the wolf. Ah. I should have guessed that it was a Zack Snyder movie.
watching this aren't subscribed yet. So if you do like the video, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's absolutely free and you can always change your mind later.
Well, I'm guessing
With that
Dinosaur
said,
is going to be on this
enjoy
list.
the video. Number 8. Platypelodon.
Oh, please tell me we get the same GIF again. Please. I beg. I beg. Show the GIF. It's been too long.
Many ancient mammals have physical similarities to their modern-day counterparts. 15 million years ago,
Yes!
there was Platypelodon, an ancestor of the modern elephant known for its shovel-shaped lower jaw.
Also, it's not an ancestor of modern elephants. That's incorrect taxonomy. That's not how it fucking works. Yes! The GIF! You love to fucking see it.
This herbivore lived in herds and preferred flooded plains, lake beds, and wet prairies as its habitat. It ate soft plants, including those growing underwater. Its flat-bottomed jaw juts out in an underbite with 2 sharpened scissors at the end.
In scissors? I'm counting that. Dude, you have incisors. Give me a fucking break. God. The former mascot of Sludge. Who's the current mascot? Oh my goodness gracious. Also, this is a Zoo Tycoon 2 mod, apparently. Like, I recognize these graphics. That's a Zoo Tycoon 2 mod. It's not bad. It's even, like, kind of in the style of, like, some of the other, Zoo Tycoon 2 creatures.
The Platypelodon uses this elaborate jaw system much like a Swiss Army knife. It can shovel, dig, and dredge through soft vegetation in swampy environments. It can also use its lower tusks to strip bark from trees. It also uses its sharpened scissors to grab at branches and cut leaves like a saw or a scythe.
It uses its incisors to grab branches? I don't think you know what teeth do, dude. What are you doing? You're saying that these teeth are doing literally everything. Its trunk would be grabbing branches, if anything. Because, you know, it's a proboscidean. That's the proboscis, the proboscis, He's not twisting his head to grab a branch, he's twisting his teeth. Imagine the teeth just going like... Just like bring the branch into its mouth. What the hell, man?
The tusks were also used as a defense against predators. Paleontologists are lucky to have found many well-preserved examples of this interesting appendage. It's primarily composed of flesh and organic matter, and normally does not fossilize as easily as bone.
I don't think there are... Is there fossil evidence of the Platypelodon trunk? Because that has to be what he's talking about, right? I really don't know if any trunks have fossilized. I think that's, again, just sort of paleontologists extrapolating because, like, oh, hey, there's a big fucking hole in the head here, where on modern-day elephants, like, you know, they have their trunks, so on ancient proboscideans, it probably would have been the same thing. I really don't think that this is... that there's any fossilized evidence of the trunk. I think he means the teeth. Well, that's just even stupider because teeth fossilize all the time. Teeth are all we know. Some animals... teeth are the only evidence that we have for a lot of animals even existing in the first place. Have you heard of this little guy called Megalodon? But whatever, right?
Luckier still, the Platypelodon fossils were still found in herd-like groups next to rivers, prime conditions for fossilization. Number 7. Incisivsaurus.
Those are ichthyosaurs. I'm counting that. Unrelated animal used as B-roll. Incisivsaurus is a type of Oviraptorosaur. These are ichthyosaurs. That's totally different.
This might not be the most popular dino out there, but Incisivsaurus has a reputation for being among the most bizarre. It's got an overbite, which prominently features a pair of large
Are you gonna show Incisivsaurus footage, or is this all ichthyosaurus?
rodent-like front teeth. While most mammals have several types of teeth in their mouths, reptiles generally have only one kind. Incisivsaurus, however, is an exception to the rule.
I'm counting this as the AI gets confused with 2 different animals, because this is all ichthyosaur footage. I'm counting that. I usually say that for the script, but this is an especially bad exception, where these aren't even 2 remotely closely related animals, and yet the AI is just using exclusively ichthyosaur footage.
And in addition to their twin incisors, the back of its mouth contained rows of peg-like teeth, frequently with a heavy amount of wear. This suggests that the dinosaur
That was a big ass ichthyosaur though, next to David Attenborough.
is an herbivore or an omnivore, despite being descended from and looking like a carnivorous predator. The large
Wait, what? What did you just fucking call me?
or an omnivore, despite
Hold on.
a heavy amount of wear. This suggests that the dinosaur is an herbivore or an omnivore, despite being descended from and looking like a carnivorous predator.
Well, yeah, it's an Oviraptorosaur, so it probably would have been, at the very least, omnivorous. That's really not that surprising for Oviraptorosaur. That's kind of like the default condition for them.
The large incisors are not used for tearing
Incisors! Why do you insist on not being able to pronounce this word?
flesh. Rather, they're used to break seeds and gnaw on tough grains, much like modern birds or even rodents. They're also a social species, preferring to live and travel in herds.
Oh my fucking god. I don't think there's any evidence for Incisivosaurus being, like, a social animal at all. But then again, I don't even know what material Incisivosaurus is even known from. Like, you pretty much have to find them all in a big group. Can I say known material, please? I'm mostly just seeing the skull. Probably because it's the most noteworthy part of it. Yeah, it's like, oh, the Triceratops hood for Changusaurus.
Birds, which also protects them from other meat-eating dinosaurs. Number 6. Helicoprion.
Okay, you'll be sure to get relevant footage for this one, right?
Helicoprions are a species of extinct shark-like fish. They roam the
Sure.
seas around the Americas,
I mean, you've already got taxonomy fucked up, but hey, at least you got that right.
Europe, and Australasia during the Permian era 290 million years ago.
And hey, he got the Permian period right. I know that we've had some that were saying, like, this guy was around during the Triassic or some shit.
They're known for their spiral cluster of teeth comprising their lower jaw called a tooth whorls. The first discovered fossil
Called A-tooth whorls. Good job.
of this creature was a 15-tooth fragment of this whorl. Due to the intricate spiral pattern, they were initially thought to be ammonoids, a species of spiral-shelled mollusks.
Is that not ammonites? Maybe it's just like ammonite relatives.
Similar to sharks, Helicoprion and other members of its order have skeletons made of cartilage instead of bone. This makes it near impossible to find fully preserved Helicoprion fossils. In fact, aside from plenty of tooth whorl fossils, no other parts of the jaw or the rest of the fish have been found. The Helicoprion's most prominent feature implies that it was carnivorous.
Yeah, no shit. It's got big ass sharp shark teeth. No shit, it was carnivorous, you dingus.
Its individual teeth are serrated and can reach up to 180 teeth. Larger, newer teeth grow on the outside of the spiral, with the old ones being pushed in. Comparisons with other members of its order suggest that they may have grown 10 to 15 feet long.
That's an underestimate, I'm pretty sure. I want to say, like, estimates of Helicoprion have it at like 20-25 feet. So, yeah, that's really small, all things considered. That's a size underestimate.
The final appearance of the Helicoprion still remains a mystery, though.
It was likely due to a variety of factors, though.
What we do know about this fish has changed many times over the past few decades, and it's probably going to continue to do so in the future, especially with its bizarre appearance. Number 5. Anomalocaris.
Animalocaris. It's an Anomalocaris. It does its best.
Before killer whales and great white sharks, and 300 million years before the Tyrannosaurus Rex ruled the Earth,
That counts.
a freakish-looking animal called the
counts.
Anomalocaris was the sole apex predator. It lorded over the Cambrian people.
I mean, wasn't there also Omnidens? Omnidens was like... Yeah, that's another meat-eating meaty boy. Yeah, that's a big boy. God damn. That's also a Lobopodian? Shit. Everyone puts Hallucigenia on their list. They should put Omnidens instead. Same weird Lobopodian vibes, but also like big boy. Big boy. What a little freak. I love it.
Period more than 500 million years ago, in a world that was mostly underwater. Its name
I don't think it was necessarily that the world was mostly underwater any more or less than it is like now. It's just that like all of the life was underwater because the sun is a deadly laser.
means abnormal shrimp, and this species was first identified and named in 1892 only due to its resemblance to the modern crustacean. Succeeding discoveries of incomplete fossils only further confused paleontologists of what species it was, or what it truly looked like. Finally, though, in 1985, the most complete fossil was discovered, and the true anatomy of this accomplished predator was made known to the world. Anomalocaris was the biggest creature that ruled the Cambrian seas. It was about 1 meter long and hunted down prey using its flexible side lobes and strong, fan-shaped tail like a propeller. It grabbed at its victim with
I don't know if that's really the tail. That's like the little... I don't know what you would call those, actually. The little flappy boys. I do know that, like, a lot of the footage of Anomalocaris supposedly hunting down trilobites and stuff is, probably inaccurate, because my understanding is that Anomalocaris was mostly, like, eating soft-bodied food, not really able to, like, crunch through hard shells of other arthropods. So,
large, spiky arms before biting into them with its disc-like mouth containing serrated teeth. It also had large, complex eyes, which could see very sharp images in very dim light. These were located on top of rotating stalks, giving the creatures a close to 360-degree vision. Its name, again, literally means abnormal shrimp.
yeah, you already said that, so you're repeating yourself. There's no reason for you to repeat yourself here. Also, yeah, these aren't teeth, so it would just been like mandibles or something similar to that. I'm actually not sure, just because it is such an early arthropod, like what exactly those structures would have been, but they're definitely not teeth.
Due to the hodgepodge situation of its body parts, but if you ask us, prototype killing machine sounds like a much better nickname. Number 4.
Whatever.
Titanoceratops.
There is no Saurus! Oh my god. Good thing that joke stuck out to me so much. I just pull it out. There is no Saurus.
Titanoceratops was a strange and mysterious-looking dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period.
Oh my god, one eye! My nemesis!
About 77 million years ago, to be exact. Its incomplete fossils were discovered many years apart, and its true appearance eluded scientists for decades. The first remains of this dinosaur were found in 1948 in Mongolia. Only a few bones, including part of a claw, were recovered, which initially led paleontologists to believe that these belonged to an ancient turtle. By 1970, several other fossils were found, leading to its classification as a dinosaur. More fossils over the years have...
I don't know if that, like, because more fossils are found that they ended up reclassifying it. I think it was just because, like... Well, they didn't even end up reclassifying it, really. Otherwise, I think it would have just, like, kept the same name as it did when it was, you know, thought to be a turtle. It's just like, oh, upon further examination, this is actually Dinosaur. And therefore, we will name it Therizinosaurus. It's like Chelonoformis, I think it is. Basically, the species epithet means, like, turtle form, in reference to the fact that they thought it was initially a big turtle.
slowly shed light on the lizard's strange physical appearance. Researchers now have a better picture of its physical...
Hold on, I smell something like cooking, and I just want to make sure that's what's going on, and my house isn't burning down. Okay, I think that the neighbors are just barbecuing or something, because I can, like, smell it wafting in from outside from my fan.
characteristics, even if some do remain a mystery. It grew to a large size, reaching up to 10 meters long and weighing over 5,000 kilos.
5,000 kilos? Hold the fuck up. How much is that in pounds? That's insane. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. Actually, that might be right. Is that right? Okay, so that's right. That sounded crazy to me, but I guess that's about correct.
It also had a small skull atop its long neck and a bird-like beak, small bipedal legs, and a large protruding belly that helped with plant matter digestion. Perhaps its most prominent feature were its long arms with enormous claws, some up to 1 meter long. These weren't meant for hunting, but were effective at stripping leaves from trees.
Tell that to some of the other fucking Sludge channels we've watched. Where they're just like, we're pretty sure that this thing was using its claws to kind of freaking kill the shit out of everything. But at least you're taking a very measured approach to it.
This paints the rather likely scenario that Titanoceratops was actually an herbivore. Since they sit around a lot and can't run, the claws also act as self-defense from predators. Number 3.
Sure.
Utahraptor.
Okay, butcher pronunciation, and also entire clade is 1 entry. Wow. That was easy.
Utahraptors are ancient arthropods that lived in the Paleozoic era about 460 million years ago.
We're getting a lot of overlap with the last 2 videos. Like, goddamn, I don't think... Is there anything... Okay, Platybelodon... Okay, I guess, like, fair enough, right? But I feel like these 3 videos have had a lot of overlap. Yeah, is he calling me retarded? Hold the fuck up.
Utahraptor.
Yeah, he's calling me retarded.
Most of these arthropods inhabited shallow, fresh, and brackish water habitats.
Sure. He even mentions freshwater Eurypterids. That's something. I feel like they usually don't do that.
Though some may have been able to swim the open ocean or even walk on land. They possess segmented bodies
Nom,
and
nom, nom,
jointed
nom, nom.
appendages covered in a shell-like material composed of proteins and chitin. The head
Chitin. Okay, a lot of people have a pretty hard time pronouncing chitin when they just read it, apparently. But it is chitin, though. Like, Chitin, that's chitin. Like, that's a material that arthropod shells are made out of, and also the beaks of octopus. That's chitin.
was covered by a carapace, which contained 2 compound eyes, and the ocelli, which were eye-like sensory organs. They had pincer-like appendages, legs, and a tail resembling a scorpion sticker.
A sticker? I mean, I guess, like, it sticks you with it. I mean, if you want to be technical, the stinger of a scorpion is called a telson. So, like, you could just say that, but, like, you could also just say the stinger, which that's what most people know it as.
Pterids came in different sizes, depending on their lifestyle or habitat, really. The smallest fossil was around 2 centimeters, while larger species have been found to exceed 7 feet. There are
I'm pretty sure they got bigger than 7 feet, but whatever.
no preserved samples of their gut or what was in them, so very little is known about their eating habits.
But they would have enjoyed the taste of human flesh.
Their biology suggests, though, that they were opportunistic feeders, preying on or scavenging on smaller creatures, including their own species.
Human flesh.
Pterids are very hardy and versatile creatures, with some species able to breathe on land. Their
You already
external
said that.
structure also preserves amazingly well, which is why the many examples of their fossils are among the most detailed to ever be found. Number 2. Longus quama. Longus quama was a
Like, sure, at the very least, these are indeed fairly weird creatures, so I can't exactly put the misleading video title here. He said they could be hunters or scavengers, which is, again, kind of the case for all carnivores, same as cannibalism. We could probably switch this one off for, like, scavenging or cannibalism mentioned, but honestly, like, we might change it out for some other ones, like, who knows at this point, considering some of the other tropes we've come across more and more frequently lately.
creature that lived during the Middle Triassic period 230 million years ago. Its most curious feature was a twin row of tall appendages extending from its back. Due to its incomplete and poorly preserved
Was it twin rows, or was it just one? Like, one sail structure, or a snail, rather? I feel like that's sort of a one or the other thing. It was one. I thought so. I thought so. Like, I know in the Dinosaur movie it's 2 because they, like, show it flying, but I don't think that's exactly accurate. Mirasaura also has 1. Okay, just checking. Yeah, they also make it look like a chameleon in Dinosaur. I don't know why.
fossils, much of the information about this animal remains speculative. Roughly translating to long scales, this reptile was named after its interesting spinal formation. This includes a set of hockey stick-like appendages stuck out of the animal's back. These appendages were visually similar to a feather, with a vein down the middle attached deep within the animal's body. They're made of skin instead of bones, and scales more common to reptiles. Scientists speculate that these plumes may have been primitive feathers, or at least contained the genetic recipe for them. Even the plumes' positions remain a subject of much paleontological debate. Some believe these to be jutting upward, with no practical use other than a display feature meant for mating or as a scare device.
I kind of forget where, because, like, the more recent discovery of Mirasaura, I think, pretty definitively places Longus quama and its relatives within Archosauria. So it is possible that these were feather-like structures. I'm not super sure, though. I think more research is going to need to be done on that. This lizard was Canadian, eh? Oh, ain't that something? Oh, pardon me, I'd like to have some maple syrup, eh? They're not trypanosaurs. Right, trypanosaurs are weird. They're like the long boys, short legs. They're like the munchkin cats of reptiles.
Others believe that the plumes extend outward on both sides of the creature, which helped it glide from tree to tree. There is little known about the creature's behavior and diet. However, it was known to have lived in Marichen, a deeply forested environment surrounded by large lakes and deep mud, which is now modern-day Kyrgyzstan.
Well, that's not Canada. Oh, they're now trypanosaurs. Okay. Neodiapsidia. Or Neodiapsida. That's not helpful. Oh wait, diapsid. So like yeah, like crocodiles and stuff. So yeah, that includes sauria. Okay, at least sort of. They branch off a little bit a ways, but they're in the ballpark. Hey, look at this fucking goober. He's long, little short legs. Look at the big ass claws. What a little freak. Close to Tanystropheus. Fascinating. What a little freak. Yeah, and the little humpback thing.
This primitive reptile's place in the reptilian kingdom is also unclear, with researchers calling this misunderstood creature anything from a Utahraptor ancestor to a pre-dinosaur to the missing link between dinosaurs and birds.
No? This would not be the missing link between dinosaurs and birds because it predates both of those, I'm pretty sure. So that's not how that works. If anything, it would just be like, well, what it is now, which is kind of a weird offshoot in kind of the you know, diapsid family tree. So that's just stupid.
Number 1. Pterodostro.
Sure.
The Pterodostro was a genus of pterosaur that lorded over the skies during the early Cretaceous period, about 105 million years ago.
I don't know if he's going to get any Pterodostro footage because I don't think I've ever seen this thing in a documentary.
Its most unique characteristic is its bristle-like tooth comb, allowing it to filter feed like modern-day flamingos. This flying reptile has a very long skull, with fossils found measuring up to 11 inches long. Its snout and lower jaws curve aggressively upwards. In addition to the small teeth found in its upper jaw, Pterodostro also has around 1,000 bristle-like teeth in its lower jaws that may have been used to strain water creatures such as crustaceans, small mollusks, algae, and plankton. It also had a very long torso and curiously strong hind legs, which make it a good swimmer. Like modern-day flamingos, this diet lends a pink...
I don't know if it would have been a strong swimmer. Like, pterosaurs in general, I think, likely would have been able to swim. Especially like the coastal species like Pteranodon. Like the thought is that they would have been like diving into the water the same way a lot of seabirds do. And then like, you know, popping out, flying away, all that kind of shit. Being so close to flamingos in terms of like their convergent evolution, I'm not sure if Pterodostro would have been swimming around necessarily. It probably would have just been like waiting in the water the way flamingos do. So probably it still would have developed strong legs from that, but not necessarily for like paddling, which I think that if pterosaurs could swim, which again they very likely could have, I think they would have been doing so with their wings.
Shade of their feathers or their skin. Studies also indicate
we can't conclusively prove what color Pterodostro was.
a nocturnal lifestyle, possibly to avoid feeding competition with other creatures.
I have no idea if that's correct at all. I kind of doubt it though.
Or to avoid day predators that may easily spot a pink pterosaur. Due to their fragile bones and preferred habitat, pterosaur fossils are relatively rare, and commonly in poor and incomplete condition.
That is
However,
true.
the Pterodostro seems to be the overachieving genus of its species, with over 750 unique fossils on record. The most intriguing one was an intact embryo, fossilized right before hatching. Studies on the juvenile show that it already had fully developed limb bones prior to hatching. This suggested it could stand, walk, and perhaps even fly right out of the egg. And that's our list for today, folks. Thank you very much for sticking with me to the end.
Well, that was still pretty bad, but honestly not one of the worst ones we've ever watched. I'm in 4 seconds of this video. I'm first. Good. How bad is it to say that's honestly probably one of the better videos we've watched when they literally didn't get any Incisivosaurus footage whatsoever?
Hello!